Alrighty, hello. Welcome everybody. Stream Theater here. Let's go around the room and identify everybody's voice so you know who's who.
Got Jordan over here.
Hey, it's John Mayoung.
Mike Portnoy right here in the middle.
John Petrucci.
And James Labrie.
And we are in Nagoya, Japan, recording this audio commentary. And it's April 2004. And for a brand new DVD. But here we are watching this. So, hi guys.
This is incredible.
This is a trip down memory lane.
It really is. I
Have
haven't
things
watched
changed? Man.
I've not seen this in a long time.
You know, we've changed a lot in the past 11 years, but the Japanese, the fans and the vans that carry us around and the gigs,
Yeah, everything's
is exactly the same.
Definitely.
11 years later.
Same guys, Spike-san, Kenji-san.
Kenji, yeah.
I'm just talking about that. It's like 12 years or so. Same guys.
This video was recorded on our second trip to Japan. Our first tour of Japan was November '92, and then we came back at the end of the Images and Words tour, or almost the end, to do these shows, and that's what this is from. And we're all clean shaven.
That's right.
Hairstyles have changed quite a lot. It's like that one right there.
John Mayoung's hair changed a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's good for some things to remain the same.
What is my problem?
Look at John, you look exactly the same.
Oh, I like.
Except you're really
Now
headbanging
he
a
has
lot
some
more. Look
serious. Yeah, I know.
at John's in the front of the stage headbanging.
That's
It's the
like
first song, relax. I'm like
Wow.
you're rocking.
going into the fourth song. I'll be out of breath.
Well, actually, if you want to get technical, just for the factual,
This isn't the first song.
yeah, actually, this is probably the second or third song of of this particular show.
Right.
but We started the video with this one.
I think-
Kev's way at the front of the stage, unlike the way that we've had the keyboard position, you know, in the past few years. Don't get any ideas, Jordan?
Shorts. I think
Who
we
was
should bring
doing
back the
lights?
Shorts look.
Do you remember? Was it Poop?
Yeah, poop.
Yeah.
Poop.
Trying to see what kind
Not
of
too bad,
keyboards he's
Poop.
got there.
Not bad. This is before he lost his mind.
Yeah. I'm playing Ibanez back then. I was using Mesa Boogie and I still am, but I did change guitar companies. Playing Music Man now. That was my old model. I think I'm sporting the Jerry Seinfeld look.
Is that the last time you were clean shaven? Actually, you've been clean shaven
Yeah.
since.
The black jeans, white sneakers.
That's an impressive belt, James. You got there.
Yeah. I think I still have that somewhere too.
eBay.
Wow.
Yeah, really?
I tell
Actually,
you,
I still have that leotard that I'm wearing. If I may call it a leotard.
Bring that back.
yeah.
I think you should do it. Your version of the Picasso reissue.
You think so?
It's such an identifiable.
An Ernie Ball Picasso. Well, Poop's really.
It's still you.
Yeah.
Look, John Mayoung is on stage left.
I can't
Did you see
believe
that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at
What
that.
happened there?
What are you doing over there?
Yeah, the rollerblades on there, mate.
I think they were serving some really good cookies.
What kind of bass is that?
Jeez.
Tobias.
It is
Yeah.
Tobias.
Dave Tobias?
That's when I was at Tobias, man.
And we're also all on wireless, which
Yeah,
has
right.
changed. We don't use wireless anymore because it doesn't sound as good.
I'm so used to
That's what I do.
seeing you play a
Oh,
large
Tom does.
drum kit. A large drum kit.
That-
It's a
That's
like a
actually
portable
my,
kit.
That's my first drum set. I bought that drum set when I was in high school. That was like my
What?
first real drum kit.
Really?
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
I worked 3 jobs and saved up to buy that black Tama Imperial Star kit.
Were you not endorsed at that point?
Not at the point of this video, no. And
jeez.
Wow.
Wait,
I-
that's the kit that you would set up and break down every night at Berkeley?
I had that kit with Intruder, Rising Power,
Oh my
Inner
God.
Sanctum, brought it to Berkeley with Majesty, did When Dreaming Day and Night, and Images and Words, and then this tour.
That's
But then
incredible.
this was the end of that kit after this tour.
Every-
Until I also used half of that kit for the first Liquid Tension album.
Oh, nice F sharp there, James.
Thank God I don't do that anymore.
For some reason, we felt the need to have to run around. I don't feel that need anymore. Tell you something, I don't miss the hair. That's bringing back bad memories. Sitting in the shower, combing humectress through my
Oh.
hair.
Now we use video to make
Look at my
the fact
hair.
that we're still.
It's a mop.
My hair is like you said before, like twice the size of my body.
Yeah.
That's definitely a lot of hair, you know. I bet, and this is '93. We probably look like some '80s metal hair
Right.
band, but this is '93.
Yeah. Look at his hair.
Who's that guy?
Who is that?
Kev wearing shorts.
Hey, it's
I
Kevin.
like that shorts look though.
John, I'm wearing a
Look-
color other than black.
Looks very cash to me.
Right?
Yeah.
When's the last time you guys saw this video?
I think I watched
Right.
this before I joined the group.
I bet you I haven't watched this since '94.
Yeah.
Since like right when after
Yeah.
All those cabinets behind. That's a lot of cabs.
Yeah.
It's
and
ridiculous.
monitors all across the front of the stage.
Yeah.
You realize we were like in our early 20s at this
Mm-hmm.
point, and now we're
Some
late
of us were.
30s.
What was I? I was
how's it
20. I
possible?
was 29 when we did this show.
Oh, we were 26, the three of us. So
Yeah.
we were already
So 10 years
mentally-
ago.
Yeah, 11.
11.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Wow.
Mike, you had
I
3
can't
jobs?
believe this.
Yeah, I worked.
11 years ago, man.
I was at my Chinese food delivery job,
Right.
and then I worked in. I was a bus boy, and then also I worked in a record store. But the record store job was mainly to pay for my records.
Right. Right. What about the movie theater? For a little while?
That was later.
That was later.
Yeah.
You worked in a movie theater too?
Yeah, that's how I met Derek Simon, who had a significant role in our early
Right.
career.
Yeah. Uh huh.
So he actually, my grandfather owned the movie theater. And,
So how did you go about meeting Derek Simon then?
he was the general manager of the movie theater,
Oh, jeez.
and then he ended up becoming our first manager, and was there when we got our first record deal. Anyway, we should probably have this conversation off camera. Well, I'd say he's been a little Dream Theater history there.
There's a nice backdrop going there.
I actually
Yeah.
have that at home, that Images and Words backdrop.
Yeah. Now we have moved on from still backdrops to nice
Video
movies.
screens, LED screens.
Times have changed. I wonder if we had jet lag at this point.
Depends. How many days have we been
Yeah,
there?
I don't know.
This is towards the end of that.
Was it?
Or, yeah, I mean, for you people at home, when you come to Japan, it's usually no more than 5 or 6 shows. It's usually a very quick tour. Like, for instance, this 2004 tour, we're only doing 4 shows. We're here in Nagoya today, and we have 2 shows in Osaka, and then the Budokan show. So it's not like a US or European tour where you're here for too long. You basically have enough time to shake the jet lag and then go home and then recover from a new
Exactly.
set of it.
Exactly. I'll tell you one thing, we're all sporting the tight pants.
Showing your bowls, baby. Everyone's checking out John Petrucci's Bon Scott.
Yep.
So this is us recording the Images and Words album at Bear Tracks. This was, when was that, 92? But this is my favorite interview with James LeBrie.
Oh, jeez. That's completely.
Now, the thing I don't understand is why does that sound like a complete song? Is that just us playing live? It sounded too good.
No, this is all of my home camcorder footage.
No, but the tracks where you were just playing,
Yeah.
that sounded like the full, like the recorded
No,
version.
it wasn't.
It's just us. or
No, that's
scratch track.
No, I had a scratch tracks
Oh.
direct feed into my
That was
camcorder.
pretty good.
And as you can see, there's Doug Oberkirker in the room with us. Basically, when we did this album, those guys were in that room doing their scratch tracks, and I was in the drum room. And there's Doug,
Yeah.
and there's me holding a beer. Haven't seen that in a while. Doug hasn't
Hasn't
changed
changed.
much,
Yeah.
except for his hair is blonder now.
And Dougie's still working with us. How was that?
I'm surrounded.
How was it, eh?
Kev, enthusiastic as ever.
Eh. John Mayung playing a 4-string bass, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, 4-string.
This whole, the whole Images and Words album was recorded with a 4-string, right?
Yeah, Spectre.
Really?
James is like, he doesn't know.
Confused or
We
what?
recorded the album at Bear Tracks, right? And Jay Beckenstein was from Spyro Gyra, right?
Jeez.
James is very sure of himself
David
during that
Prater.
interview. There's David Prater.
Our producer.
No comments from David Prater from me. Jay Beckenstein. Jay has played on, I think, 3 or 4 Dream Theater recordings now.
Yeah. I'm sure Jay was baked at that point. In that little room.
This is the final moment of recording the drum tracks.
Yay.
Actually breaking until we shot that amazing video, wasn't it?
We're in the dressing room, and Dave Cheekin, our first room manager.
Dave Chica, oh my god.
They still shuffle us around in those vans. We'll probably be in one of those vans on the way to the gig today.
We got some kind of deal going. We got some film crew coming out. They're gonna do this.
John Mayung wearing
So put on your best.
Green pants.
no, yeah, that's
Wow,
interesting.
you're
But
not
that
wearing black.
shirt was that the Mark O'Toole
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are some band
Yeah.
crew sweatshirts.
swag. Still have that stuff.
The thing ended up being the most played video off of the album.
And the video was made. By the time we got back, it was on MTV.
Yeah, I
like,
remember that.
5 times a day. I remember going back to the hotel
Yeah.
every night after the gig, and it's like it was on MTV constantly.
Yeah, on the radio, all over. So then we picked up. We moved into larger venues, moved into a tour bus, and that was the beginning. This kind of started our career. As long as we don't go back to the van, we're okay.
We still had our strobes though.
Yes, we did.
Some
That
lucky
looks like
fan has that.
Iceman.
Really?
You know,
Yeah.
the Ice Age.
Who is that guy?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but it's pretty sick. That's totally out of The Exorcist. What does that have to do with Pull Me Under?
It doesn't have to do anything. There's nothing to do with it. Now, we're at a club. This was shot at a club, right?
In Chicago.
I don't think I've ever seen this part.
No?
No.
This is our famous first video.
Yes.
I think it cost $10,000.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Somebody pocketed a lot of money that night.
Yeah. Yeah, we're seriously headbanging.
We got a real headbanging thing happening.
Okay, great.
Yeah. This was our first taste of an edit as well. This is a
Right.
8.5 minute song cut down to about 4.5 or 5 minutes.
Token old man.
Well, every heavy metal video has an old man.
You always have to have the old man.
Oh, I see more strings in the bass now.
Yeah.
So you somehow made the switch.
This video also taught us the power of MTV.
Oh,
I
totally.
remember after a gig, just turning the tube on at Holiday Inn, and all of a sudden there we were.
That's right.
Well, I mean, the power of this video and the radio play we were getting with this song, I mean, this album went gold, which is 500,000 copies in America alone.
Yeah.
And definitely put us on the map and opened the doors. But then as the years went on after this, we kind of filtered through the one-hit wonder fans and then the people that stuck with us and are
Right.
still with us today.
We did a lot of shows that tour. I remember that.
That's probably the longest tour we ever did.
Yeah.
We started in September, October of '92, and we didn't finish till November of '93.
That was at least 150 shows.
Oh no, it was.
Right?
I think it was more than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Way more than that.
And we would go through.
Yeah.
We did like 4 U.S. legs, and we would go through each city like 3 or 4 times. And
Well, it's,
hit every nook and cranny of America.
yeah. It was all hitting, so it was like the time to establish ourselves. So it was a good thing we did.
And everywhere we went, there was the radio play and
Yeah.
every local station. And
Right.
Like I'd like
Well,
to
actually,
find
we
one.
went to radio interviews.
Yeah.
Remember that constantly?
Yeah. It was also right on the verge of when, just Nirvana and the whole grunge movement started. And
Yeah.
everything changed, and Headbangers Ball
That's right.
got canceled, and the whole face of music.
this was the end of Headbangers Ball. I remember Oh no, actually it was Awake when we did Headbangers Ball. It was one of the very last episodes ever.
Yeah.
So this was our second video. This was the first video we made with a little bit of success behind us. You know, finally Pull Me Under It hit, and now it was February of '93 where we did this video.
Oh, I can't believe the clothes.
Once again,
My
very
God.
Seinfeld.
What's going on?
This is one of my favorite videos of ours, I think. I love this video. Because it has it's, you know why? Because it's all us. It's none of the Wolfman and Old Man. And
I don't remember this. Is there a solo at the end, or we just fade?
Not fades.
Yeah.
You know, they think they can trick you by painting this.
I gotta say something about this footage right here with the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
That little thing for a parrot.
I hate this footage. This footage should not have been in this video. I sent a note to the editor when we were doing this video to put in Eiffel Tower footage because I sent him footage of us actually going to the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Oh.
And instead they put that in there.
Oh no.
That's John Mayang's only word on this video. In fact, until this audio commentary, the fans have only ever heard you say that. That's your famous line.
That's because I was keeping up with what I was saying. In order to keep it spooky, you have to keep it quiet.
Spanish, Italy, English. I need something smaller. Where's the nearest McDonald's? Traditional Japanese meal.
Ah.
There's a sushi in here, really.
That's a lot of food you got
Let
there.
me show you the condoms for each member of Dream Theater. This would be Kev's. Yeah. Or this. Or that.
That's just
Oh, that's
hysterical.
This, of course, would be James's.
I haven't seen this.
The box
God.
of the cigarette has been elected as mine. Or the film.
And you don't really
yeah, you
like.
were
You don't
smoking
really
it.
enjoy either.
I haven't.
That's right.
I quit smoking in '96, and I don't follow boxing anymore.
Chef, man, right here.
John's has the most controversial. I think I probably gave too much away with this, didn't I, John?
You really did. You should have never have said that.
That's followed you ever since, right?
It's been haunting me.
Sorry, man. This is funny. This is one of. Oh, there's Rob Shore in the background.
Oh
Oh yeah.
That's one of Kev's funniest lines, though.
What did he say?
The Japanese girl says something in Japanese, and then he said, "Oh, it translates to I don't really like Dream Theater very much, but I had a pen and paper, so what the fuck."
All right.
Kev actually had a great sense of humor in the early days.
Yeah.
I think that
Absolutely.
once we got some success, everything changed. Kev changed, you know. But
Yeah.
pre-success, he had a great sense of humor and was very
yeah.
sociable. And
I mean, we grew up together. We lived right around the corner from each other, and we did everything together. And he was hysterical. I mean, we just, you know,
Yeah,
days and nights of just cracking up. Believe it or not, we were into the Doors.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Really? I
We used
didn't
to
know
play
that.
Doors. Kev had this little.
Oh, because the keyboard parts were
Yeah,
cool.
and we used to jam on the Doors. I can't imagine even doing that now.
I think the
but
Doors used a Fender Rhodes as the bass, one of those bass
Yeah.
Fender Rhodes.
Ray Manzarek.
I thought they used LSD.
That too.
At the time, I couldn't play.
So was
Robbie
Kevin doing
Krieger.
that? Those at the very beginning.
Right.
You guys were working on Light My Fire or something
Yeah.
like that?
All that stuff. It was all a mystery to me.
Uh-huh.
Guys, this brings back such fond memories, man, because everything was so exciting. You know, like it was our second time in Japan. Everything was really still kicking.
Unlike today,
And how do you feel now
old
over
men
there?
like we are now.
Well, I'll tell you, there's always something new because even though this was '93 and it's over 10 years ago, we're playing the Budokan for the first time
Yeah,
on this
it's
tour.
exciting.
That's true.
Really exciting for us.
This is the live arrangement of Wait
Yeah.
for Sleep, which has bass guitar and drums.
And when is the last time we played this song? Was it
We
it this tour?
No, Wait for Sleep. We haven't played this.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
Was
think we
it,
ever played this.
I mean,
with
was it
Jordan,
images
never.
and words?
No, the last time this was played was when Derek was in the band and we did those acoustic unplugged.
Oh,
shows
okay.
at the end of
Yeah.
'98, and that was the first time I believe ever that it was played with only piano and vocals the way it is on the album. Because every time we
Right.
played it with Kev was this arrangement.
Oh yeah, right.
And James, this is 11 years later, and you're thinner now. You're in better shape now.
Unbelievable, huh? Yeah.
Me too.
Me too.
That's right.
I think I put on about 20 or 30 pounds since then.
It's tough.
A lot of it. Well,
Wendy's?
it started. Yeah, it started when I quit
Year and a half
smoking.
ago, I
was
Once
there.
I quit smoking, I
Right.
put on a lot of weight.
Yeah. That's a reason why a lot of people don't quit.
Yeah.
Afraid they're gonna lose weight. I mean, gain weight.
Gain it, yeah.
Now, was this Poop's first time to Japan?
Well, who was with us from the very beginning?
Well, Chica started.
Yeah. So this was.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you know what's funny though? I remember like we thought we had this amazing light show. I mean, it looks
Yeah,
good.
he
It
did
does
a good
look good.
job.
I don't know. I think it's a little dark. I
Mm.
think, but I mean, at the time we thought it was like the ultimate light show.
Yeah.
I guess I know. Actually, I take that back. Some of this does look good. I remember later on in the video we'll see like the "To Live Forever" jam, and the moving lights look really good.
One of the hard things for me is the dark moods actually feel good on stage when you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it makes you really able to get into it, but when you're
dynamically
filming
sets
it,
it up.
yeah, when you're filming it for, DVD or video at the time, you need the bright white lights, and it's something that I always have trouble with, because when you're trying to get intimate, all of a sudden you have this big whitewash, but it looks great for.
You also have a
TV.
particular problem with certain lights cutting out your pedal board, right?
Oh yeah, yep. Cuts out the readings on the pedal board. If they come from above down, I can't see. Also, sometimes they cancel the frets out.
Really?
Yeah, if it's yellow lights, all of a sudden it looks like you don't have any frets.
Oh wow.
So anytime
That's
you've
not
heard John make a clam live, it's usually our
Absolutely.
lighting director's fault,
Yep.
not his.
It's lighting induced.
We were doing this on the last tour, so Jordan, you played this song.
Yes, I'm
Surrounded.
remembering that.
We did this in 2002.
Now, what does Kev have painted on his stand?
I was just looking at that, dude. Some Japanese letters.
It looks like it.
Yeah, but you know the truth behind that?
What?
It's just nothing.
Oh.
Really?
He actually had somebody paint stuff that looks like Japanese letter, but it's just
Oh, I was gonna say it looked
Random
like Japanese
code.
letters. Okay.
nah. It's just a bunch of crap that mean nothing. Well, maybe it does mean something, but nothing that we know.
It's something that we did in this particular instance, and that we still continue to do, even though we say we're not going to do it, is when we film, we always just film one show. So
And here we are
Yeah.
on this tour filming just the Buddha.
one show, so as opposed to multiple shows, so you can pick your better performance. It's just
Actually-
one shot.
Actually, that's not entirely true because the second disc, part of this set that you're holding in your hands out there, is 5 Years in a Lifetime, which was multiple shows, and even then we recorded Rotterdam and Paris.
Right. The Paris show was one mommy wami show.
Yeah, let's talk about that we'll talk about that on the next disc.
Future.
But yeah, but I mean you're right. I mean for this video it was this show, and the Live at the Marquee album was just One Night in London,
London, yeah.
and Scenes from New York was just Roseland, and then on this tour we're recording Budokan.
Yeah.
Actually, this video, this Images and Words Live in Tokyo video, was kind of a companion piece to Live at the Marquee, which came out earlier in '93. So for the Images and Words tour, we had a live album recorded in London, and then we had this video, which came out a couple months later.
Wow, look at your bass amps. That's a lot of
I know,
amps
it's a
there,
lot of
buddy. That's a
amps.
wall. What was Kevin using?
I'm not sure.
He was probably just going through his monitors.
I mean, it's just one.
I mean, you have eight cabinets back there? Were you
Yeah.
Look at that.
loud enough?
Well, that was.
I had to really run back to get that exchange. I was like, uh-oh. Set up the delay. Luckily I had those white sneakers on.
Why do you think Kev's at the front of the stage, Jordan?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of the war zone of Sean's bass
I
cabinet.
don't think there is an escape.
That was a good note. That hold.
Actually, John is further back on the stage than Kev. Your pedal board is behind Kev.
Oh, nice sus.
mop.
Brillo pad.
Oh my God.
We should have went into Through My Words.
If you would have, I would have been very surprised.
A little
That would have
foreshadowing.
been mind blowing. Yeah, right.
We could splice that in.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bit of a mop too, James.
Yeah.
What kind of shampoo were you using back then?
Well, I wasn't using conditioner.
No,
I can tell you that much.
I was gonna say something,
Holy
but
jeez, man.
I
It's
didn't
like
want to say
frills.
anything.
Kev did though. Kev was real.
Was he hair
He
conscious?
was big on conditioner.
Well, he turned me on to the Nexus products.
Oh.
We both used to use this stuff called Humectress. That's what I was saying before. It was like this thick conditioner. You have to sit there in the
That's
shower.
still around.
Yeah,
Their stock just went up.
it had a good smell.
Shh, this is the quiet part. Shh.
Actually, James is using a wireless as well. Not only are
Right.
you guys wireless, but so
Right.
is James,
Yeah.
which he isn't anymore.
No, it's like you said, it's such a difference in sound,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Hard wiring just makes a big difference.
It's a jam. This is the first track on this video so far from When Dreaming Day and Night. Back on this tour, it's kind of hard to believe, but we only had 2 albums to play live. We had Images and Words, and you know, When Dreaming Day and Night was a big part of the set list at this stage as well.
That's right.
It's not like now where we have like 100 songs or whatever in the repertoire. I mean, this was a limited
And we play
repertoire.
covers.
Yeah.
Too.
I like the diamond plated cabinets. Those are rocking. They still make. It's very metal.
Here we are playing Yitzhak Jam, and in a couple nights from now we'll be playing the same riff at Budokan as part of the instrumentally.
Had this song been played since this period?
We did this song on the 98 tour, 97,
Uh-huh.
98 tour. It's on Once in a Lifetime. But some of the other songs, like later on in this video, you'll see A Fortune and Lies.
Right. Like this.
That hadn't been played since
Right.
since then. Although actually we did a bit of it with you in
Well, within a
99.
medley. Yeah.
We did a medley,
Right,
yeah.
sure.
Wow, for some reason you can hear like the strings.
Yeah.
It's a very slappy sounding. You know, it almost sounds clean.
Totally.
Probably had very low action. Almost sounds like a single coil.
Nobody ever realizes that the bass is taking the lead position at this point. There we go.
There we go.
Even live now, the camera, when we play this live now, the camera's always on the guitar. So it's actually the bass took over the lead, and then the bass and the keyboards took over the lead. I don't think anybody ever understood that orchestration, except for us.
Johnny with eye contact.
Yeah.
Man.
That's right, I'm coming at you.
It's a sad bass part.
You know,
section.
this kind of.
It's a sad. I'm sorry to
What?
interrupt.
What?
That was one of your sad bass part
Oh, was
lines.
it?
All the old
Yeah,
bass,
there's a lot of.
all the bass lines from When Dreaming Day and Night, and
They're
You know,
very sad.
you know how music blurs after a while?
Mm-hmm.
This is like the first half of this song kind of taught me how it was first of all Bach inspired.
Right.
So it's kind of like a part of him is still in music somewhere, functioning in
true.
some form, because we tapped into that and we
Yeah.
made it something else. So that's a lot of what music is about, is kind of reshaping it and defining it your own way.
Definitely.
the hell are you guys talking
Was
about?
that a cue? Was that a spotlight cue?
counterpoint.
That was weird. The
missed
spotlight was
it.
on you and you waited for the crowd to come on. It was like all synced up. That was very
Oh, okay.
strange.
Oh no.
Oh, you missed a cool
something I
keyboard thing.
It's a coincidence.
or a tangent off the
I'm still
top.
watching the video. Everybody's like in their own world now. He just, well, Jordan, it's too late now, but he did a, when you get this at home,
Yes.
he did a really cool thing where he was skipping back and forth with his right hand between the
Yeah.
lower and the higher.
Can you
octave.
rewind?
Mike, what does this solo remind you of?
This solo, the apartment that we stayed in when we were recording this album. I woke up one morning and John was playing this solo over and over and over, like 100 times, getting ready to record his guitar tracks. And the opening line is so sad. Here's another sad bass solo.
He's wailing.
Like a Cliff Burton.
You didn't have distortion back then, did you? No.
There's Michael Buffer. Luckily, he never sued me for that.
Mike Buffer?
Yeah, we actually had a tech working for us named Mike Buffer, believe it or not. And there's Jose. Look, Jose's sitting behind me. Believe it?
There he is.
He's been with us all this time. Jose's been with me for 11 years, 12 years now, something like that.
We lost him during Infinity though for a while.
Yeah. I had McGee for one tour.
We lost a lot during Infinity.
You didn't have the rack system.
Nah.
You look like your drums are gonna fall off.
Look how dark that is. That's really dark lighting.
Yeah, that is.
Looks like the Pull Me Under video right there.
Yeah, that's very dark.
That's why Poop's not with us anymore.
Yeah. Mike, you look like you hit your finger or something.
Yeah, I look like I'm in pain.
Yeah, that's seriously dark. Whenever, well, especially more now, but
What are you doing the hair thing?
my drum mix is usually doesn't have the toms in it. And it's like the kicks and the snare and the hi-hat. So whenever Mike does those type of things, all I hear is boop, 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 boop. See the kick drums?
Right.
That's all I hear. I don't hear the other toms.
I hate drum solos.
All drum solos remind me of Tommy Aldridge.
Really? I think Derek is playing with Tommy Aldridge right now. Here, he's on tour here in Japan with John Sykes.
Oh, he's playing with...
And I think Tommy Aldridge is in the band.
Look at that. Remember that? We used to watch that Ozzy.
Yeah, the Ozzy video with
Video.
Brad Gillis
Yeah.
and Tommy Aldridge.
Yeah.
That was a killer band, actually.
That was cool.
James, I don't take offense that you got up and left during the drum solo.
James is no longer
Sorry,
here.
man. The chai latte
back.
takes precedence over the drum solo. I had to heat it up.
And most of the audience is the same way, so I don't take offense.
You think people at home would go to the bathroom?
Oh, you finally had some light on you.
What the hell kind
It's a
of
drum
lighting is
solo and it's in the dark.
Right.
you can't win.
this? Those are my Pantera samples.
Yeah.
You triggering this?
Who triggered those? Does anybody remember?
Or Ho was
Was it Jose?
I guess so. On this tour, I played along to Pantera samples, and on the Awake tour, I had some Slayer samples. I know Jose was sampling the Slayer ones, but I'm not sure about this tour.
Could have been Kev.
But then there was also the Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Right.
I like Kevin used a sampler.
Yeah, I don't know where those came from. I don't remember.
I don't think he used one, but we had one. Just
Oh, well,
stuff
it's always
like-
good to have one and not use it. Actually, when I joined the band, I started to actually use it.
Right, exactly.
It's
Yeah.
funny.
I don't think he knew what it was for.
This is a nice looking piece of gear.
Not much you could say about this. It's just a boring old drum solo.
I don't know. I just had a thought. When we did this tour, we were all living in apartments,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
Now we're living in trailer parks.
Mike, would you be insulted if I went to the bathroom?
He really is.
There he goes.
This right here, this pattern, is a traditional Japanese hand clap. We actually learned this the first time we were in Japan. Mr. Udo taught it to us over dinner, and then it became a part of my drum solo, especially whenever we were in Japan.
Yeah, he did it at the end of the meal.
Look at that hair. That's just
Look
unbelievable.
at that ass.
Yeah, did you see my hair?
Yeah.
Didn't look up there. Making me randy, baby.
That's funny.
Did I mention I still have that leotard?
Yes,
I still have that hair too. You know, when I
Oh.
cut my hair in '97, I just put it in a ponytail and chopped the whole thing, and I got it in my closet.
Do you really?
Yeah. I haven't checked on it lately. It's probably turned into a chia pet or something.
Yeah, it's growing.
That's incredible. It's about 3 feet thick.
I don't think he used conditioner.
No.
And you guys, I'm glad you started growing facial hair.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't stand the way I look without a beard. I've only been without it a couple times since then, and it was only very briefly, just because I never liked the way it looked.
Whenever you have you wear a beard and then you go clean shaven, it always makes you feel like you have no chin.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
notice that?
Well, definitely. I know. I think mine is naturally like that. Plus, it makes you look like 17 years old.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think once I hit my 40s and start going through a midlife crisis, maybe I'll have to shave just to.
Yeah, you go clean.
All right, Jordan. The drum solo's over. You can come back now.
I go take some pictures.
I was very into the hair flip.
We were all into the flip
Yeah.
flopping hair.
Kind of gets it out of your face for that second.
Actually, yeah, all 4 of you guys. Look at that.
There it is.
You could probably count to 3, and you won't be able to go more than 3 seconds without somebody flipping their hair.
There it is. Well, my hair was all one length, so when I was playing, it would be right in my face, and then you start sweating a little bit, and it just sticks to your face. So I had to do that to get it out of my way. John was smart with the bangs. John, I can't believe all the eye contact you have with the audience. You don't do that anymore.
Come on, John, come
Well,
back.
it wasn't really. Looks like I'm looking out into the audience, but you can't really see anybody.
Yeah, but at least you
Because
pretend.
yes.
Yeah. Thanks, John.
Yeah, little introduction.
Little nod.
I'm gonna see another day video, which got played on MTV a grand total of none times.
Is that right? It didn't
Yeah.
even make it on?
Well, as I'm about to say right here, this was like the one song that had all of that MTV potential, and it never even got played. This was supposed to have been, or could have been, a hit. But I think the times were already changing
Yeah,
on us.
exactly.
It was like
Alice in Chains and Soundgarden and Nirvana and Pearl Jam were taking over by the time.
Came out live.
But he did
The live
thing.
version of
Yeah.
Another Day on the live album, and also he did an overdub on Take Over My Pain on Once in a Lifetime.
Right.
That's right.
So he's been on 4 albums of ours. Oh well, one of which got
And he was
left
baked
on the
every
cutting room
time.
floor. Yeah,
Stoned every time. Yeah.
and his To Live Forever.
Which we've been
Yeah,
playing
which we just brought back.
this tour.
This song just reminds me of Charlie.
Yeah.
Every time I hear it. It's
Well, we recently, as everybody out there probably knows, we recently just did this with Charlie singing. This was written in our. This was written right after we did When Dream and Day Unite. And I think it was the first song we wrote after doing that album, and it was written right after we saw the movie Rattle and Hum
Right.
by U2,
Yeah.
and we were totally
right.
inspired.
It makes sense.
No,
Do this in the meat locker?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Write this in the meat locker?
No, we were
No?
still in the basement of a haircutting place
Uh-huh.
in Huntington, New York. And we recorded this with Charlie, and then this was one of the first songs you did with us, James. When you auditioned, and then also one of the first recordings we did. We did a 4-track of you singing this.
Right.
This
I'm trying to remember that. So we did Learn to Live.
No, the first
Take the
time, the
time.
very first thing we recorded with you was a 4-track of A Change of Seasons.
Change Seasons.
And then an acoustic version of this.
listening to this song just reminds me of the way we have lots of different elements to our style. That's something that either fans understand or they don't understand.
They overlook it
And that,
far
that's
too often,
actually,
especially people that are just introduced to the band.
yeah. I mean, just fast forwarding to now, that's what As I Am is really about. It's just the way we do what we do, and you know, the styles. One of the things that makes us progressive is that we can play songs that are heavy or that have grooves or they're mellow or that are.
Well, I think everybody constantly talks about the progressive side and
Right.
the metal side, but there is a third side. There's
Yeah.
that melodic side,
Absolutely.
which is inspired by U2 or Elton John or Journey or you know.
Peter Gabriel.
That
all
is
stuff.
definitely a third side of the band.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Sometimes our fans are split. Sometimes you have people that only like the metal side, and sometimes you have people that only like the melodic
Right.
stuff. And
That's what happened on 6 Degrees. You had people saying, "Oh, I like the second disc." And,
Right.
"Oh,
So I
like
think
the first,"
you see
know?
such a varied demographic to the fans. You look out and you see every age
But it's
group.
good.
And that's
Good
probably
album.
why when we made an album like Train of Thought, which is very one-dimensional,
right.
but intentionally one-dimensional,
Right.
that you know, it's not necessarily going to be embraced by everybody.
Yes, but some people were, so passionate about it.
Right.
Right. The people that dig that style probably
exactly.
love it, but then there's the people that want to hear just another
What the
day.
hell was that? Sorry to interrupt you.
Holy shit!
There's a court jester dancing across the stage. What was that?
I have no idea.
That was.
God, that was hilarious. It's like, slow down.
Now I'm playing guitar B. Back then, there were no 7-string songs.
No, it didn't start till Awake.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually, on this video later on, you're going to see us doing Puppies on Acid, or which is the beginning of the Mirror, but you're doing it on a 6-string.
Right.
That was written, at least that first part of the Mirror
On
was
a
written
6.
on a 6-string.
That's right. I think I had 2 guitars on this tour.
And this
As
is the
opposed
old
to now.
version,
How
guys.
many do you have now?
I have 15.
This is the old version.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
with
don't
the
do
vamp
this
at the
Oh,
anymore.
right.
When we did the Awake, when we recorded the Awake album, we recorded this as a B-side, and
Wow.
and Kev wrote lyrics
Right.
to the wrote a final verse to this song, and it was his last lyrical contribution.
Right.
A lot of screaming going on there. Maybe that's why
Jeez.
we wrote a final verse.
Wow. It's like Madman.
We
Man,
probably
speaker-
watched this video and said, you know what, maybe we need a final verse here. Nice belt buckle. It was really jumping out in that shot.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Ronnie James Dio.
Exactly. Oh, that Barnes guy that you like.
Oh, Jimmy Barnes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Now this this live
Barnes and
version
Noble.
has this the extended
He's
guitar
great.
solo jam, which this is awesome. I love this section here.
Just
This started as a jam,
yeah.
and by the time we got to Japan on this tour, it had the parts had developed,
Right.
and there's at least 2 or 3 different covers quoted in this. Let's see if you can name them as they go
I
along.
don't even remember what I haven't listened to this in ages. I'll tell you, I love playing, improvising to stuff like this. Just a groove on one note, and you can imply a mode. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan likes changing chords. I like one chord.
And Kev on this tour, when we were doing a lot of jams, he would sit out a lot of times.
Yeah.
If any of you fans out there have bootlegs of this tour, most of the times we did this jam, it's just guitar, bass, and drums. Because Kev wasn't even interested in jamming.
Yeah,
he
that's
would
like
just
to
walk
jam.
off.
That's interesting.
And then on this particular night, he stayed with us, I guess, because we were filming.
Cool circles.
He just didn't like to jam.
No. But by the time we got to this recording, this whole jam had developed. I think we
Right.
kind of had sections that were pretty much kind of established at this point, and I think
Yeah.
it was really well constructed.
By the way, I don't know if you saw in that last shot, there's an X. You can kind of see it. That's precisely because of that lighting effect.
All right, here's the first quote, musical quote.
Little Beatles thing.
Yeah, Within, Without You.
Right. That's
George
nice.
Harrison from Sgt. Pepper.
Gotta bring that back.
This type of approach is very Alex Lifeson inspired. The volume pedal, Xanadu, and all that stuff.
See, the lights look really good in this tune.
Yeah.
Check that out.
There we go.
Yeah. Very
Totally.
Cool.
Good job, Poop,
Hey,
wherever you
where
are.
was the shot? Which place in Tokyo?
You know, I don't remember. I
Was
guess
it the
it's
Sun Plaza?
NHK?
maybe. I guess
The
it's on
what?
the end credits. We'll see it, but
Now I'm getting very pentatonic.
the Steve Morse squeal
Yeah.
right there. There's a little keyboard movement going on now.
Play by play.
That's like a what is that called? Like a pork. Like a mama's little baby loves short.
There's some bass movement. Oh, back to pedal.
Mixing the jazz with scalular approach.
Jazz with some wrong notes.
A couple of, it's all jazz.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
All those chromatics.
One of my favorite notes.
The seventh?
You know, the slightly flat.
Yeah, right. Just hold it there with lots of pain and anguish. So you finally resolve.
Right, here's
Now
the
we
next
can rock
cover.
it.
The next cover quote is coming up.
It's always hardest to jam like when you're only around one key, you know, because you have to think of interesting things to do over the route.
I disagree. I like staying in one place and
Yeah.
really milking
I just mean
it.
melodically to play leads over it. Like you're tempted in a case like this to play like a pentatonic.
Yeah,
you know.
sure.
Like,
Yeah, but
how
look
do you make it
like
interesting?
when we did Pink Floyd Echoes. I mean, it was staying in one place, but really,
Right.
sometimes that, that stationary
Yeah.
I like that. I think
stuff
it's
really
like-
builds
Yeah.
tension.
I actually
Totally.
remember years ago when I was playing with the Dregs, listening to Steve Morse and learning a lot about how to play over one route, because we would have like
Yeah.
16 bars that would just repeat over the same chord.
I hate to cut you off, but here's
Go ahead.
Had a Dad by Jane's Addiction. Now it goes to the next level of the solo.
How do we?
Oh yeah.
How did that happen? How did we work into that?
We developed that eventually. Now there's actually, if you listen to the bass and the keyboards, you guys are actually doing a set pattern from this point.
All right.
Now it goes to the next section. It was just after months of playing this, it just,
So it
the parts
developed.
kind of developed.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, I'd like
now's
to-
the movement. There's a progression going on.
You're pretty limber over there.
Very, very Satch inspired.
The lights are, oh, look at that.
Yeah, they are nice. Lots of triplets.
Yeah.
That's my Ronnie Laticro method. Remember him?
Yeah, TNT.
Yeah.
Got that hummingbird.
Yeah.
Chris Squire rising bass line.
Mm-hmm.
He invented going up on the bass. Right?
Definitely.
Anything that scalular going up.
Absolutely. Ooh, bad feedback. That's the kind of feedback you don't want.
It was quick though.
Turn into jazz.
Yeah. I've learned it since. Usually you get that because your pickups are moving. My new guitars, the pickups are mounted directly into the body.
You've never done like the fake feedback thing? We have those pedals that bring in.
No, but those are cool. We also have the sustainers.
Right. That's
The
a cool effect.
Fernandez sustainer. Steve uses.
You're still using those same picks, right? Those, the one that's in your mouth right there?
Yeah, Jazz 3.
What happened to the new pick?
You know,
showed
the
me
new
other day.
pick was short-lived.
Oh, it was the one concert event. They look cool though.
They did. I still have them. They're good. You know, the new picks. It was hard to get definition on rhythm. I like that real tight.
yeah.
clean.
Pay a visit to people on stage, right? Don't want them to feel left out.
I did go to Berkeley. That's what this is all about.
This is the proof right here.
Right. Pantera drums in the background.
It's a good mix. It's one of our stranger fusions.
Jazz blues with Pantera.
Right. Look at all the little the lighting shapes in the back.
Fortune lies.
Doing the multi-keyboard thing, right?
The lighting shapes are a little silly right here.
At the time, though, we were pretty freaked out with the
Yeah,
lighting show.
moving lights. Yeah.
Yeah.
One interesting thing for you drummers out there, everyone else is going to be very bored, but it's interesting on this kit and on the away kit, my ride is way over to the right. It's like above my floor toms as opposed to now where I keep it above my rack toms. Sorry about it.
You know
That moment there.
what surprised me, it's more noticeable on this kit, but I'd never really realized it until I actually get behind even your new kit, as how low.
I sit.
Yeah.
No. What am I saying? I sit
no,
very
you sit
high.
high. Your set is low. Like it's.
Well, I think it feels low because I sit so high. Yeah.
That's amazing, though. I mean, I would think. Does that not make it harder for the reach? Like as far as the pedals go?
I'm used to it. I would think anybody else sitting behind there would probably find it very
Totally.
awkward. Yeah. And my toms back then, and you'll see also on the awake footage on the other DVD, are very, very flat, which is another reason I used to sit so high in order to be able to hit them.
Oh, here we go.
You remember that, huh?
Totally.
What does Kev have on his keyboard there?
Probably a set
Show
list.
us.
No, I don't know why you'd need it. It was like the same set every night back then.
Yeah.
There would be like one set list for the leg, really.
Right. That part right there.
Is never tight now.
It's hard
That's what I've been telling you. I've mouthed that to you the last couple times
really?
we played this on stage.
That's a hard part to lock in.
Well, the last couple times we played that, I mouthed that to you. We need to rehearse that.
Oh, all right, we gotta
and actually, this is in tonight's set list in Nagoya, so we need to rehearse that at some point.
Okay.
Glad this came up.
There you go. This is good.
See what little band meeting we'll come to? It's funny for me to watch like how he was playing the keyboard parts back then, because so much has changed. Even though in this case, like I'm playing the same thing, because I do it all on one keyboard.
Right.
So it's got the pad over on one side, the quick notes on the other.
That's cool.
Another sad bass line.
Yeah.
Was everything all right back then?
Well, I'm telling you, every Wind Dreaming Day and Night song and Just Change of Seasons, everything from that period is like these bass lines that are so sad.
Very minor.
They're very lead oriented too.
Yeah.
You used to go up high on the neck and.
And it was all written on the 4-string.
Yeah.
I love this part. It's so defined. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, wait. Did you wait long enough before the organ? Or was this a different arrangement?
You know, when we were rehearsing When Dreaming Day and Night on this tour, I remember we even stopped and discussed it. I was saying that you were taking twice as long.
On the album, it's like 16 bars.
Because we had samples going, but I think without the samples, we always did it this way live. Well, let's not change it. Let's do it how we've been rehearsing it now with you.
Another band meeting on the DVD.
That's so funny. I was about to say I
conversation.
feel like an orchestral musician in that spot, counting the 16 measures, before the organ comes
It's
in.
because the studio
That
version
was
has all these
before.
samples.
Oh, that's interesting.
This is one of those solos you have to play the same every time. It's just like a real memorable solo.
Yeah. It's sweet picking. That was like the big
sweep. I remember
the big style, the big Ingve.
Right.
vibe.
I recall being at the National Guitar Summer Workshop, watching all the kids trying to do that, sitting around up by a tree, just practicing, trying to get that sweep. You'd have these kids who could do that, but nothing else.
Actually, that solo is way more similar to the Train of Thought solos. It's just very full tilt.
Well, this whole song is very fast and aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen to this riff coming up here. It's so heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Cool. Nice job, boys.
You rode the red. I tell you, that's
What does that mean?
Nice socks. Look at those
Oh my
blue and yellow socks.
That's a statement.
Look at my sticker. I had the pump. When I used to wear
Right,
those on
that's right.
stage, people, if I went to the end of the stage, they would pump.
They'd pump you up.
A lot of visual activity in that shot.
This was so cool. This is when I went to Abbey Road. This was our first time in Europe. It was like one of the first trips I had to make. The first time we toured Europe, we did all the sightseeing stuff, or at least I did. That was like the first and last time I've actually left my hotel in Europe.
Yeah. You're bearded.
Don't get run over now.
I did it as Paul McCartney with the cigarette and the barefoot.
And this car's coming.
His car. You didn't even look.
That was very, very cool for me.
Fuck you, get hit.
You're right.
Now here's Puppies.
What happened when you met Ringo and you didn't have film in your camera?
Yeah, when I met Ringo, my dad was with me. He was taking a million pictures of me just like chilling out, whatever. And then when it finally came time, oh God, I'm really lost for words here.
Jet lag sitting there.
Yeah, totally. Ringo actually grabbed me to take a picture, and at that point, the camera started rewinding because my dad had used up all the pictures of me and him just kind of rapping. So I have compassion when fans come to take pictures with us and they're not ready or their camera's out of film or whatever.
Yeah, Puppies on 6 string. Now where did the what's it called? The working title come from?
What chord are you
Puppy
playing?
is from the melody. Puppies on acid, isn't there a lovely sight?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Puppies on acid, I would eat them if I might. That's
right.
That's where it came from.
Okay.
From here on the television, it sounds like you're hitting a G chord.
Oh really?
Like that.
And actually, the melody, Puppies on acid, isn't it a lovely sight? It goes down to that note in the pre-Awake days. And once we did the Awake album, you changed the melody.
Oh, I went better let in.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
So here's the original melody.
Yeah. I was also playing a rhythm part.
I would eat them if I might. And then the working title for Lie, because it connected to the mirror, was Kittens on Crack. So it's Puppies on Acid, Kittens on Crack.
Have serious drug problems.
And now this goes to Take the Time. So just for historical sake, that riff, that beginning of the Mirror was written before the Images and Words tour began. We actually had that little intro and never wrote past that point. So we ended up using it on this tour, and then when we started the Awake album, we expanded on it and turned that little section into a whole song.
What was that leap that I just saw? Who was that?
It was you, I think.
That was
me.
you. Oh my God.
John's getting his second wind, or 10th wind.
Right.
Batman.
You know what this whole look reminds me of? Like just the metal back then, like Megadeth. They used to wear like these tight pants and
Tight pants,
the whole look.
sneakers, yeah, for
So
sure.
funny. You sang very growly back then.
Like at parts,
Yeah.
at points during songs, certain songs.
Wait, James, it sounded like you were mouthing off a recipe.
Right.
Half a cup of sugar, 2 eggs,
Right.
pinch of salt.
Actually, I'll tell you what.
Flour.
I'll tell you what this reminds me of. That whole beginning of this Take the Time was John, my young and Mike, picking me up at the airport. And the first thing, I went back to your house, Mike, and we sat down and you started going over this with me.
Right.
That whole first section.
This is your first trip to New York. You auditioned for us, and then we brought you back.
Right.
The first time back to New York in the band.
Right.
We did that.
We just started, basically
showing
me where things were going.
I was really
happen.
into rap back at that period.
Oh, totally.
Back 90, 91, 92, all I listened to was Public Enemy and NWA and Ice Cube. I was like really into that stuff. So that's where that whole first verse came from.
Now this is 93?
Yeah.
When in the year? What point?
August.
August. So this is I just noticed I don't have a wedding ring. I got married in September.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, so you got married right after this video.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This ring. What's that ring you're wearing, James?
Well, he was married.
Chief.
No, but he's wearing a bigger ring.
No, it's like a chief. Not Chief Joseph either.
Hey, there you go.
Oh yeah.
This is begging for an insult or a comment, but you can notice there's no backing vocals back then.
All right. The insult is implied.
Very subtle.
Actually, I had like 3 rings on there, man.
Yeah. You see John's X where he's supposed to stand.
Oh, you see Kev hit the sample? Yeah, they just showed him hitting that sample. That sample is from the movie Cinema Paradiso.
We did use this sampler.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's take that back.
So he must have done the drum solo samples as well.
Yeah. Kev's always doing the two-handed technique.
Yeah. A lot of times when he was playing octaves, he would use 2 hands to do it.
Right.
And nowadays I just program it so I play the one note and it triggers the octaves.
There you go. Good idea.
Jordan uses the technology as opposed to, whereas Kev and Derek let the technology use them. They had to completely revolve their playing around, multiple keyboards and sounds and stuff like that.
You I noticed about this. It's one of these guitar things. The pickups have mounting. What are those things called? The mounting rings.
You don't have that?
I don't have that. No, I stopped doing that. So I like to rest my pinky underneath the pickup.
Actually, going back one step, talking about not being married yet, if I remember correctly, our wives were with us on this tour. At least Marlene, Reina, and Lisa joined us when we went to Japan on this leg.
They were. I think they went to the zoo. Right? Where's the zoo? In Tokyo? Is the zoo?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, zoo.
Yeah.
Poop missed that bass cue.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of time to do sightseeing.
Sightseeing. That was a class we took at Berkeley.
It would have been nice. Actually, see, earlier there was Rob Shore in the background. Mm-hmm. Rob Shore is our business manager. He's been since the beginnings. And
he was our business manager at that point, too.
So he's one of these people that have stayed with us. But one of the funniest things that I remember from this trip is they were going through the metal detector at the airport. And, people used to wear the fanny packs, like the pouches.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, remove your pouch, sir. I'm not wearing a pouch. Oh, my God. It was just really funny. He was very insulted. I still remember that. The belt buckle looks like a clamp.
What was that?
I should clarify what I was saying there. Like you said, Rob Shore's been our business manager since the beginning, and I said he was then there.
Yeah.
What I was referring to is because later on, he became our co-manager.
Right.
and our business manager, but then he went back
Actually,
to just being business manager.
During this point, at this point in our career, he was already our co-manager.
What, in
Yeah, because
in
Jim and Rob
93?
came over
Through Images
together.
and Words, yeah.
I thought that didn't happen until Awake. Okay.
Yeah, those guys were here together.
Yeah, Jim, actually in that shot where we saw Rob in the background,
Yeah.
for a moment before that, Jim Patulski was also in the shot. It was
Right.
just,
All right. We have a lull in the action.
so it's the Japanese audience, which we will be playing for tonight.
That's right.
Tonight's our first show in Nagoya.
One of the things that's very different about playing in Japan is the shows start so early.
Yeah, we're on in a couple hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Shows start at like 6 o'clock.
It's weird at the end of the show, when you're done with the show, it's still early enough you can go
Yeah.
out for dinner or whatever,
Exactly.
you know.
We usually do. Another thing that's interesting about playing in Japan is when let's say we're gonna. Well, sorry, I was interrupted by that.
You really leave those
Everyone was
open, you know?
interrupted by that note.
Well, we're playing at 6 o'clock, and you're backstage waiting to go on. It doesn't sound like there's a person in the
Right.
room.
It's
Sure.
dead silent.
Dead silent. It almost seems it's surreal. Like it's 6 o'clock. It's early. Doesn't sound like there's anybody there. And you walk out, and there's all these.
Yeah, there's been times, like before we hit the stage, I'll poke my head out behind the curtain,
Yeah.
thinking there's nobody there because it's dead silent,
Exactly.
but yet there's like 2,000 people there
Right.
sitting there in
Right.
silence.
Yeah.
And they're like that in between the songs. There'll be that roar of applause and screaming, and then it just stops, and you can hear a pin drop.
It's a unified roar. Starts and stops at the same time.
That was
We
pretty
won't
nasty.
say anything about that.
Yeah, we won't. We'll talk over that. That's some good sweeping, though.
Yeah, you were a janitor part-time back
I
then.
think Kev is playing the Pull Me Under part against this. You see him with the two hands going.
Yeah. All right, I made up for it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, right there was a little.
Yeah, that's a
Play
little funky.
finger. Yeah, the C doesn't quite fit scale.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. It's all that hair. It was the lighting.
So that is rock and roll. What do you want? The percentage of right notes is much greater than the wrong.
Right.
Think
Well,
about all the notes that you're playing that are right.
There's no mercy on guitar players.
No,
It's one of those
right up
instruments.
front.
It's right there.
Yeah. It's
That's
true.
the same with vocalists.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you screw up.
Yeah.
There's no hiding it.
Nope. The bass, you can really screw up on the bass if you really hit a bad downbeat
Right.
note.
Yeah.
The keyboards, for some reason, you can hide it.
In a lead, you can't, but at the other parts,
Yeah.
a little bit more.
It kind of blends.
Yes. That's
Guitar
what
is
echo is
like-
for, also. Delay.
You're doing the Brad Gillis bird chirp there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock and roll 101. Start with a slow thing and speed up.
That's John Petrucci 101. That's your one of your trademarks.
Just going for it.
Oh, the Hendrix thing.
Yeah.
That's the final
Ah.
part to the Killing Hand
Yeah.
right there.
There you go.
Now you're about to see the Galactic Cowboys. They were with us for the whole U.S. tour in May of '93, and they would come out every night and sing "Take the Time with Us."
Good, Monty.
Okay.
Those guys were great. I love them. I miss those guys. I wonder where these people are today.
The guy had the Jack Black vibe.
Dream Theater tattoos are, man, there's millions of them out there. Oh, there's Randy, who's been immortalized, and now
That's
he's
right.
being further immortalized by this audio commentary by
That's
acknowledging
right.
him. This Baz. That was in Jersey, the
Yeah,
Stone Pony.
that's right. Yep.
and he got really drunk that night and went into the audience and was like moshing and split his skull open.
Yeah,
that's
he
right.
split it on the photo spot.
That was my first time meeting Alan
Oh,
Mike.
that's nice, Kev.
Actually, originally, you notice the only person signing tits in this is Kev because he's the only single guy in the band.
You know, that was in, I think, Colorado City?
Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs?
Right.
I was sick. I missed that.
Oh, you weren't there?
I wasn't there. I got like altitude sickness or something.
Really?
I had fever. Yeah, I missed that sign.
This is that whole vibe though that we were experiencing because everything was breaking through.
Yeah,
Right.
back then we
for us, and
actually...
It was just amazing every night.
We actually got thanked.
But signing tits was, that was such a 90s thing.
Yeah,
You'd
right.
never see Yes or Genesis signing tits.
But you know what?
I think that was the only-
there is a there's a picture of Rick Wakeman signing tits.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a picture
Well,
or a
'cause
video or
that must
something.
have been, because he played on a Black Sabbath album, so he was allowed to do it.
I remember that. I remember thinking the same thing when I saw something. It was Rick Wakeman.
Which Black Sabbath album did he play on?
He played on, what was it, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, I think?
Really?
Yeah. He also played on a lot of the early Bowie albums. He played on Hunky Dory.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of a sad bass part.
He brought a little sadness into the images and words
Yeah.
thing.
It was like the last appearance.
Then he started to get happy.
Started to get angry.
Ooh. That's train of thought.
Are your chimes mic'd?
No.
No.
He's wearing shorts in like every...
Well, it's all the same video. It's all the same concert.
Well, that makes sense then.
This is all just Tokyo.
It's weirding me out, like this guitar sound. It sounds like single coil.
John, is your hair the exact same length these days? Is there any difference in the
I think his hair's longer
inchage?
Possibly.
now. Yeah?
Pretty long back then.
I think it's time for a makeover, my young.
Yeah, see how long it is?
Yeah, that's true.
Make
That's
over.
some serious distance he's getting there.
You go shoulder length and dye it red.
Now, wouldn't you want to be like more economical? And be,
Oh, I think it's a
it's
show-off
like a
thing.
performance thing?
It's a
From far
performance
away,
thing.
it
I do
looks
that
good.
sometimes too. But,
Yeah.
The height depends on how, the size of the audience.
He's still doing it. Now something there happened. I don't know what happened. I was probably getting. I probably dropped a pick.
Your picks, if I remember correctly, you used to keep them on your amps.
Did
'Cause
I?
you don't have a mic stand back then.
Ah, that's funny.
I think they used to be taped to your amp.
Wow.
Man, I got a headache.
No.
Feeling the jet lag.
One of the things that this is reminding me of is that the stage volume was
Oh,
ridiculous.
yeah.
See all the speakers and the
Yeah.
monitors
God,
and everything.
So loud.
Must have
we
been unbelievable.
moved beyond that now with in-ear monitors.
I remember when I joined the band for a tour or so. It was very, very loud.
Actually, if you, our last video, the live scenes from New York, we were still using
Yeah.
monitors on the
Monitors,
stage.
yeah,
then, right?
wedges. Yeah.
So this upcoming Budokan video will be the first one with us wearing inner ears.
I remember that because when we had the singers come in, for the
Right.
choir, we had to position them so they weren't blasted out by my monitors.
I remember thinking about possibly investing in combat gear or something.
Yeah,
right. Just to deal with the onslaught of volume. Could you imagine if I had to stand next to that bass rig, John? I'd be suspended in the air. The bass frequencies.
Now I wonder how many of the people in that audience
Will be
in Tokyo will be at our Budokan show next week.
90% maybe, I think.
That venue that we shot this at, it was probably held about 2,000 people,
Yeah.
and the Budokan holds, I think, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I remember us going to see Van Halen at the Budokan.
No, that wasn't the Budokan.
That wasn't the Budokan?
I don't think so. Yeah, I remember we went and saw Van Halen. We were here like in '95 or something like that, but I don't think that was the Budokan.
That's almost okay. All right.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it wasn't. I don't think we've ever been there.
I was pretty sure that was the Budokan. I was all freaked out that we were
Maybe you're
checking
right.
something out there, but
I guess Spike will be able to tell us.
We'll find out from Spike and we'll let
Yeah.
you people know when we do the audio commentary for the Budokan DVD.
yeah.
There you go.
That's a cool light.
Yeah.
And we have a lot less lights now. Because the screens add to the lighting. That's a lot of lights on stage.
That's more of the Maiden kind of
Yeah.
approach, you know?
Exactly.
That's the 90s approach.
Yeah.
The lights now, you're able to do so much more that you don't need as many.
Right. Yeah, we're not singing any backups at all.
No, nothing. It wasn't until Falling Into Infinity
Yeah.
that we started doing it.
Yeah. This part here was always hard to get in sync.
Because it's basically, you're keeping the time and Kev's playing the lead over
Yeah.
it. Without in-ear monitors, it's
Yeah,
hard to feel the
exactly.
time.
If you didn't, especially because it comes out of a really loud thing, and sometimes you
I
lose
just
it.
watch your foot.
Yeah. I'm gonna tap off time to mess you up.
Thank you. Then I'll listen to what you're playing. You won't fool me.
Right. Now the weird thing is this solo should have a wah-wah on it, but I'm not using it. Or does it? Maybe it doesn't.
On the album?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a live thing.
I remember it having a while.
Oh, God.
Now I'm confused.
Have to go back and check.
Yeah. He probably doesn't play both.
Probably just the organ.
Yeah.
No, I think just
No,
the
the string. Yeah.
Not the
Guess
organ.
we'll find out soon, right?
Yeah. Find out
Stay tuned.
momentarily.
Right. Stay tuned for the good and yet.
This was our second time in Japan. I believe I counted. Whoa, hello. My God.
F and G. Almost like a trill up there.
Anyway, I think this now here in 2004 is our 8th time here
Wow.
touring Japan, I believe.
Do you have those vocal effects on a foot pedal? Is that?
Yeah, whammy pedal on his vocals.
That was Vinny Kowalski.
This is string.
Actually, it was probably Doug.
Oh, you mean in the mix?
Yeah.
But I don't think he was screwing around
No?
with the vocal effects.
So I think he's playing octaves with just the string sound, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
So there's no organ.
I'll tell you one thing that's thankfully changed. It is
James's screams.
no, all our
Yeah.
sounds, we've really developed as far as gear and sounds, and
Yeah.
it's to me this sounds so wimpy.
My belly has definitely changed as well.
Thank you very much.
I'm less hairy too.
Good night!
There goes John.
There you go. Well, there you have it.
Yeah, the small
your name,
B.
yeah, your name is spelled incorrectly
Look
there.
at that.
I remember freaking when I first saw that. Calling up Jim and Rob, freaking out. You misspelled my name. What do you mean?
Oh, God.
Capital B.
Oh man. There you go.
There you go.
I wonder how much of these credits are absolutely irrelevant today in 2004.
Well, almost all the people they mentioned from the record label. aren't
Oh.
they?
Yeah, our crew,
Yeah.
our management, everything's different.
Jose's.
But you see, guys,
Yeah,
now where
Jose.
is this from? Because we're totally wearing all
Because
different stuff.
You changed for the encore, and the encore is not on this video. The encore for this concert was Learning to Live, which wasn't included on this video.
Okay.
Get you in the white bathrobe. Well, that's changed, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don
Look at it. Every
Douglas.
person on that list is not with us anymore.
John Ditmar.
And in those days, you used to throw sticks and stuff, right?
Well, up until
Larry
a couple days ago.
Oh my
We gotta sign off here. We'll see you on disc number 2.
See ya.
you later.
Thanks for listening.
Bye bye.
Bye.